3, 2, 1. Oh, there we are. We're live again on YouTube. Welcome to the second part of Something Other, starring me, Robot Tom. Nah, just Tom. Anyways, welcome YouTube to another fun-filled adventure. I'm going to bring Facebook into this dialogue, and we're going to title it Something Other Part 2. You gotta spell something right. If you can't spell something right, don't spell it at all. You know? Capital on 2. And we're going to go live also on Instagram quickly. So I don't want to waste anybody's time. Not that time exists. We know that, right? What is time? Time. If you can bend time, what's time? All right, so welcome again, Facebook, to another thing called what? Something Other, Part 2. Samir, David, everybody else is going to follow. Going to go to YouTube. Wow, you're almost half naked. I'll like your picture because you put yourself out, at least in that way. First thing that shows up on my Instagram is always a half naked picture of a woman. It's true. I'm not opposed completely, but I think we might be too preoccupied with sex, possibly as a race, humans. So it's laundry day. I haven't done my laundry in at least 2 months. I've been wearing the same clothes, and they started to smell a little bit. So I figured I sold some items. I got some change yesterday. And up until that point, I didn't have any money. But I always have something to sell, I think. So now I'm washing my clothes and they're in the dryer. And we get to spend more time together talking about something other than what we've done. If you're messaging me, I don't take private messages. However, let's take a look at what the messages are. I got one of those thumbs up. So thanks. That's cool. I suppose if you want to message me, just know that it's going to go public. Right? Am I right or am I right? So where did we leave off? We were talking about something new, doing something new, something other. And we were also talking about doing, or that there was something other than what we think. I wonder if thinking gets in the way of this. I wonder if when we name things and we try to explain things, we get further away from that thing we're trying to explain. The other. Or it's either an exercise in futility or it points people to themselves so that they can figure it out. Because the answer's built in. Hardwired, most likely. And we're connected to all of it. Can you feel it? You feel the connection? Can you feel the love? I want to know what love is. I don't need you to show me. It's built inside. Love. Heart. deep intelligence, true intelligence. We discussed that cleverness is different than intelligence. We've discussed that before, but maybe you're just new and you haven't heard my diatribe. You haven't heard me go on a filibuster about such matters. I wonder if we can come at it from a different angle. A new way to think. Another way. Something other than what we've done in the past. So welcome to Something Other, Part 2. I wonder if there's going to be a Part 3. Most likely not. I'll just title it something else. Are we having a conversation here together, or is it just me speaking? Don't trust what I say. Don't trust anything that comes out of my mouth. In fact, question all things. Question all people. Question your leaders, the people that are in a position of authority over you that really didn't have your consent in the first place, or do have your consent because humanity's remaining ignorant about most things. Humanity. People. Come on, people. Start thinking for yourselves a little bit. Question those things that people tell you that is true. Question people who say and claim they know who God is and what's right for you. Question everything. Why not? Can't hurt. Can it? What if, let's say, you'd believe something your whole entire life and it lands up being not true? Let's say you're a Jewish person and you believe in Yahweh, and then there's another religion. Now let's say you're a Christian. That's easier. Now let's say either one, doesn't matter. Let's say you're a religious person and you believed in a certain God and you put a name to it. And these people are really just people, prophets, maybe of higher intelligence. That's possible. That has some good things to say, for sure. But are they gods? Are they my God? Are they your God? Gods. How many gods are there? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's a lot of gods. I can't count them. There's too many. Why don't we question this? And everybody thinks they have the answer, which is weird. Not everybody can be right about that, can they? Is there multiple gods that are all a part of the same God, that they had a beginning? They're not really, they're small g gods, like they're demiurges, whatever you want to call them. Is that possible? Maybe. Do we have to follow them? I don't know, man. Be careful traveling down that road. Are we gods? Well, if they were gods, maybe we are too. What's the other? Is that us? Maybe. Maybe. So we're coming to you live from Facebook, live on YouTube. Got at least one concurrent viewer on YouTube, so we're doing quite well. And Instagram. Hi everybody. Again. My clothes are in the dryer, so that should take about 40 minutes. So I'm here with you for at least 40 more minutes talking about something other. Something other than what we've been doing. I wonder if there's another way. I wonder if the internet has any sway over how things are being operated now. I wonder now that we can communicate with each other across the entire globe. I wonder how important it is to have these people in positions of power and authority. I wonder if we can make these decisions ourselves with the right system in place. I wonder if we can govern better ourselves, all of us, governing ourselves, making decisions together. I wonder if that's possible. I wonder if we can rewrite a few things that we've stood by for so long, but are obviously at the core of the dysfunction constitutions. Come on. How can one constitution hold up for so long? Was it that good of an idea? And did they know so much about the future that it was going to last and it wasn't going to change? Has it changed? Are we different people than we were just yesterday? Are we different people than we were when the Constitution, whatever Constitution you follow, subscribe to, are we different people than what we were then? Who are we now? How does it work? How does that apply? What's the interpretation? Can we do without lawyers? I wonder if we can do without that profession. I wonder if they could be served in a different way. I wonder if they can be retrained to do other things. They're obviously very smart, clever people, but are they all intelligent? Are all politicians intelligent? Is there a difference between cleverness and intelligence? We went through this. Yeah, there is. There are clever people in positions of authority that have no fucking heart. It's true. Heart. Compassion, love, kindness, the ability to think along those lines. Who rises to the top, usually, in any business, government, religious institution? Right to the top. Who rises? The ones that are cutthroat, that are cut off from their emotional centers. Emotion. What's that? What's emotion? Love. Marriage. Love. What is love? Why do we have such a hard time explaining what love is? Why have we misconstrued it? Like in relationships. Let's talk about relationships. Are they working? How many marriages actually work? Not many, right? Why? Could it have something to do with the power struggle between two people? Opposing forces? The need to be right? Frustration sets in. Then what? Jealousy? What else? And why does it end always in these ways? And why does money have so much to do with every facet of our life? Marriages, broken marriages, number one reason, has to do with money. Why have we made money so important? It's not. It's not important. Money. You know what you could do with your money. I don't want it. I can buy more stuff. That would be, I guess, nice. But do I need it? Nah. Do I require it? Well, maybe if I'm hungry and that's the only way I can get food. How's that possible? It's the only way you can get food, that you can only buy food? Why can't you grow it? Well, I don't got land, and nobody wants to give me permission to do that in town. If I'm gonna do it anyway, I gotta go illegally up into the bush and what? And then I gotta start from scratch. So, it's difficult. It's doable. It's definitely doable. That doesn't make any sense. That you have to buy food. Why do we have to pay so much to live? Why do we have to pay so much to actually live in a house or an apartment? Why is the cost of living so high? Why are people, most people, who own, which is a fallacy in itself, but own property, why do they always try to maximize their profits? Why is profit more important than supplying people with a place to live? Why is it that when you have a lot, you tend to keep it and not share? Why is it that the poor are normally the ones that share? There was an analogy, a parable, I believe. I don't know, maybe it wasn't. One of Jesus' teachings had to do with someone washing his feet with perfume. And then people were saying, well, what the? You know how much that perfume costs? What are you doing? That's stupid. Stop washing the guy's feet with the perfume. That's all she had. So you got a rich person with a lot that doesn't do anything, doesn't give. And then you got people with little and they give everything. Does that make sense? I wonder what the right thing to do is when it comes to giving. I'd like to think teach someone how to fish, teach someone how to make a fire, teach someone how to cook, teach someone how to plant things, teach someone how to live. That works. But there are a lot of restrictions, are there not, on us? Too many. Way too many restrictions. Rules, laws. Well, you can't do that. That's a fire hazard. We changed that law just last week, so you can't do that anymore. No, you can't live in a tent. That's a fire hazard. We're going to take all the tents down. All of them. And nobody can do anything because we decide. Oh, do you? Do you really? Whose consent do you have? Well, we have consent because no one challenges us on these things. Oh, all right. So we need to challenge it. We need to question more. Oh, right. That was a fire hazard. They really should have done that. I'm glad they took the bulldozers to these structures that people were living in the middle of winter. I'm glad they did that because it was for their own safety, obviously. We were just told that. The government told us that. The RCMP told us that. Police. They told us. So it was for their own good. Don't we know what's good for us? All of us? In every situation? Different? Changing all the time? I wonder how important it is. What do police officers do? The RCMP, the military police that we have in Canada. What do they do? What do they do for us? How is that working? Well, they give us tickets for speeding, for all sorts of things we shouldn't be doing. They protect the banks. I know this. Firsthand, I know this. Neither here nor there. It doesn't matter. Who are they working for? Who are you working for? Police people. You working for the people? Some of you are. Think you are. But it's a system, right? Broken. Again. Just like politicians, there's some good politicians out there. Their hearts are in the right place. They think they can make a difference, but are they? Come on. Write out another ticket. It's another tax, right? Parking tickets, bylaw. Insurance? What's that insurance thing about? Why do we need insurance? Well, you know, if you get into an accident, someone tries to sue you. Well, why are we suing each other? Why can't we handle these situations on a situational basis? You know? Why do we need insurance? Why are we required to have it, to drive? I'm not really quite sure why. I know that it makes a lot of money for a lot of people. Where does that money go? And when you get into an accident, do insurance companies pay up anyways? Normally they try to get away with it, right? They got lawyers working for them. Lawyers! God, it always comes back to lawyers. I wonder if that system's broken as well. It makes sense that, if governments are broken, if the banks are working on behalf of rich people and taking money from poor people, and if religious institutions are broken, and if marriage institutions are broken, relationships, we don't know what to do with each other. We're always so highly offended with one another. I wonder what the problem is. I think I know. I probably don't. Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. What would I have to say? Currently, all I have is a high school diploma. And I'm 3 courses shy of a Bachelor of Theology. What if I was a doctor? What if I got that piece of paper? I wonder if people would listen. They probably would, which would be the wrong thing to do. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anybody. Question. Listen. Well, maybe you should listen. Listen to see the shit that comes out of people's mouths, and then question it. Why aren't we questioning more? We need to question everything, don't we? We do. All right, so where are we at? Something other. Is there another way of being? So if we can't make relationships work, we can't make government work, we can't make religions work, ideologies, any ism, socialism, liberalism, communism. We can't make these things work. What? Why? What's standing in our way? Some of these things they have some merit to it, some good concepts, ideas. You know, communism's not such a bad idea. Didn't work. Why? Probably the same reasons that things aren't working now. Greed, pride, hate, fear. Fear. Oh, that's a big one. That might be the one. Fear. I wonder how fear relates to everything. Why are we so afraid? Why do we fear? Why do we worry? You know, Jesus said, "Don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Today has enough problems of its own." Did he say that? I think he did. It was in Ecclesiastes. Something. It's true. Do we need to quote all these religious leaders to know what is fact? What is in front of us? What's hardwired in all of us? What were we talking about? What's next? Have we solved these problems? Why not? They're easy. Could change just like this. There's so many things we can do. Non-violent. We don't have to be violent. That doesn't work. Short-term gain. When you're violent, you might be operating under the same principle. Good idea. Notice that things need to change. But once you add violence into it, then it becomes something different. And it's kind of the same. It's that endless spiral. It's going a certain way, and it just until and then everything ends. Eventually, when we continue doing it. Fear, greed. It eventually collapses in on itself. It implodes. And it becomes something else. And we start over again. From scratch. Do we really want to start over from scratch? I wonder. Let's check. YouTube? No? I don't know. How about Facebook? Nope. No comments. Fine. Instagram? Nothing. No one here. What the heck? 60 event logs in. 3:02 p.m. Welcome to my filibuster. This is a little show I just named Something Other. This is part 2. I'm in the middle of doing laundry. It's going through a dry cycle right now. Where were we? Sometimes I just like to ponder. Sometimes I don't really care to talk. Most times I don't care to talk. That's true. I almost gave up on talking, thinking maybe that it doesn't work anymore. Maybe we just don't understand one another. Maybe the words aren't clear. Maybe I'm not being concise enough. It's possible I haven't simplified it enough. Do we need to overcomplicate? Is the solution simple? Is it as simple as displaying, implementing compassion? Is that too simple? Too naive? I can understand why you would say that, because the problem is so complicated. You would think it needs a complicated solution. It doesn't. That's the truth. Mark it down. There's not many of them because I don't know very much. But I do know that. And I don't know much, but I know I love you. That would be all I need to know. Aaron Neville, you're welcome. Where were we? Love, love me do. Water. How does that relate? Water. Light and sound. Frequencies. Waves. Particles. Water. Where does water fit in? Water's everywhere. It's in the air. It's in the ground. We are water. 80%. What? What's the... Doesn't matter. It's a large percentage. We're water. Maybe we should be more like water. Our true nature. Water. At least here, on this planet. What's that something other? Why does it feel like I'm two people? Why does it feel like there's two sides, and for some reason, most of us pick a side, and then we just fight? It makes sense if, I don't know, maybe we got two sides, that we marry those two sides together to become one, much like a marriage should be one. Thinking. I'm thinking. I think we're onto something. Yep. I believe we are. But what's the glue? How are we going to glue these two things together? What is it? What's dark matter? Dark energy. What's that space in between that we can't see? Why is it that there's more that we can't see than what we can see? This cup here, it's not solid. It's moving. Wait a minute, how is that possible? You're fucking crazy, you guy. Seems solid. But if you look in there, if you look close enough, if you look deep enough, there's more space in between, and it's moving. It's true. It's science. I'm not a scientist. Don't listen to me. Do your own research. Wonder if the space in between everything has something to do with it. I wonder if we're connected through that space that's in between everything. The space between. I forget how that song went. Dave Matthews, everybody. You're welcome. Space between. Space. The final frontier. Really? It's the final frontier? We don't have anywhere else to go after that? That's the destination? Is there more? It's got to be more than just space. Who created the space? What's more than space? Is there something other than space? Most likely. Hi there. My name's Tom. Welcome. You're live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all at the same time. How is that possible? That's magic. You don't understand how this internet thing works. You don't. Most you don't know how it works. I don't know how it fucking works. I got an idea. But come on. Ones and zeros? What? Frequencies and what's happening here? How can we talk to each other? How is it that we're so connected right now? If we didn't have this, would we still be connected? Would every thought that we have make a difference to the trajectory that the universe takes? One thought. Do we need this? Does it make it easier? It might. It might be exactly the tool we need to implement some well-needed change in our governments, in our ideologies, in our ways of just thinking, being. It's quite possible we're working way too hard. And for what? What kind of job do you have that you love so much that you will spend most of your life doing it? Come on. You don't love your job that much. Some of you might be doing exactly what you like, what you believe in. That's cool. I'd like to hear from those people a little bit more. Can we all do that? Well, you got to plug in. If you want to get ahead in this world, what does that mean, please, guy who's telling me I need to get ahead? Well, you're not really doing anything. So maybe you should just get a job. Really? A job? Tell me more about these jobs that you're suggesting I get. Well, maybe you should get a job here or there. Walmart's hiring. McDonald's definitely. There's a new Burger King in town. And I'm sure they're hiring. Tim Hortons, Starbucks. Starbucks has a really good plan, health plan. They don't pay very much. You can work a lot, though. You can do lots of work. There's lots of work out there, so there's no excuse for you, buddy. You're right. There's no excuse. Jobs. I got a job for you. Yeah, I got a job. You want a job? I got a job. Come here. I want to tell you something. Here, you put this name tag on. Okay, it's got your name on it. And what you're going to do, when people come into the store, you're going to greet them. You're going to say, "Hi, how are you?" And then you're going to give them a brochure. Coupons. That's your job. And then in between, you see those buggies over there? You take those buggies, Put them together, put them over there. Can you do that? How do you like your job? Well, I like that job. That job sounds like it's right up my alley. Hey, wait a minute here. I'm an educated person. I'm well qualified. I'm skilled in so many disciplines. What the? And in my town, I can't get more than $20 an hour? You fucking kidding me? Come on. At one time, I felt I was important. But now I'm just like everybody else. It happened. That happens a lot. Why are people on the street? Why do you find so many middle-aged men that are capable on the street? Let's check. Facebook? Nothing yet? Okay, fine. YouTube? No comment? Fine, that's fair. Instagram. I'm surprised you haven't cut out on me yet. No comments? All right, cool. Why is this? Could it be that the systems we have in place eventually fall apart for most people, and in the end fall apart for everybody? But in the meantime, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. We hear this all the time. What are we doing about it? We all know it's true. 93 event logs. Can you believe this? I can't believe it. I've never experienced What's an event log? Can somebody tell me what we're doing here? Is there anybody out there? Is there something other that we can do? Something other than what we've done in the past? Are we resigned to just go on as if nothing is happening? Do we just continue the same road? It's a pileup. There's another road over here. Why can't we go down that road? That road sounds like a lot more fun. More to experience down this road. Do we have to go down this particular road because everybody's going down that road? Good golly, Miss Molly, I don't want to. That doesn't sound fun. Whatever happened to wonder? I wonder. Why is it that we know so much about everybody's business, and that we have an opinion on everybody's particular business, and whether those people are good or not good, doing something productive or not productive? Why do we have so much to say about other people's things, stuff, and the way they do things? I don't know. Could be part of the problem. We become too judgy. Hey, judger. Judge yourself. Here's a fact. A little truth. When somebody's pointing faults out at you, they're usually talking about themselves. They don't know it. But you could be rest assured that it applies to them. Oh, you know, he always gossips. He's always gossiping about stuff. And he doesn't work. He's so lazy. I think we found out who the lazy one is here. I think we know now. Anybody want coffee? Coffee's on me. Cheers. This coffee might be like 5 hours old, but it's still tasty. I'll take everything you throw out. Anything you throw out, give me an option, and I'll come down, I'll look at it, and if I can use it, I'm going to use it. Is that okay? Can we make that deal? Because I don't make money anymore. So whatever you throw out, give me an option on it. Like, if you can sell it, sell it. I get that. Fine. Profit. No judgments. No judgments. I sold some stuff just recently. I had to. I'll take everything you throw out. Food? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll see that it gets to somebody, too, if I can't eat it. Maybe. Depends. If there's someone around that needs it, then I'll give it to them. If there's not, then I don't know. Is that a deal? 104 event logs. I wonder if I should invite my friends. What's going on YouTube? Hey YouTube, coming to you live from the Beaumont Motel in Penticton, British Columbia, Canada. Canada, the, what is it? The freest country in the world? That's funny. That's hilarious that people actually think that. The United States, home of the brave. Well, maybe. But is being brave working? How's that pride thing working for you? Yeah? How's the aggressive mentality? Strike first. How's the war machine going? Well, you know what? We protect you, Canada. If it wasn't for us, you would have been taken over long. I don't know. Don't need it. Don't need your protection. In fact, we don't need countries. What the fuck? No, we don't need them. Don't need borders. Come on, man. If we didn't have borders, we could. Then everybody can just come in here and do whatever they want willy-nilly? Yeah. Willy-nilly. Yeah, what if the terrorists come over? Yeah? You want Sharia law? Is that what you want? Because that's going to happen. No. Fear. We'll take care of it. We can do this. We can govern ourselves. No more politicians. No more banks. How about we do away with these antiquated systems that aren't working anymore? It's an option. I'm just saying it's an option. Don't pay your taxes. If a number of us don't pay our taxes and we stand up for the truth, because what is the truth? The government's not working for you. We're taxed way too hard. It creates an environment where we have to work until we die. Or we're working to what? To retire? To do nothing? No. Meaningful work never stops. That's a truth. Good golly. Again, I think we hit a good point. I think we're, again, onto something. If you had meaningful work, meaningful, not how much money. It doesn't matter how much money you make or how little money you make. Is it meaningful? Well, if it's meaningful, you'll never want to stop. Meaningful work. If you keep thinking like that, people are just going to be lazy and they're not going to do anything. No, that's not true, guy. It's not. Give people the option to do meaningful work, what they find is meaningful, and then we'll all fall into some kind of thing that we do that will benefit everybody in the long run. Some of us are artists, some of us are scientists, some of us are mathematicians or farmers. We'll find our way. I don't want your jobs anymore. Jobs. You take your jobs. I know what kind of jobs. Coal. I'm going to go work in a coal mine. Oh, those are good jobs. Manufacturing jobs. We're going to manufacture more shit we don't need. No, those are good jobs. That's progressive thinking. Oil. Oh, so I'm going to go over to another country that you've occupied, that you've threatened several times, that you created war in, and I'm going to what? Help out with your oil project? You fucking kidding me? No, I'm not. 117 logs. Event logs. I wonder how many event logs I've accumulated today. I wonder if those event logs will keep my house warm. What are we doing to our environment? What are these companies doing to our environment? Why are we allowing tar sands to happen? Fracking to happen? Why do we do this? Has anybody seen the results of these things? Does anybody know what the impact is on a global scale? On a municipal scale? People who live off the land are being told they can't live on the land anymore. Pipelines. Are we good with pipelines? Is that the answer? Why has this resource, when there are other things we can do for energy, why has this resource become the only resource? And we gotta pay always, continually for it. Why isn't energy free? Tesla had some good ideas. Why don't we go with those ideas? Who's that Tesla guy? What did he do? Oh yeah, that's right. Somebody owns the patents. Somewhere down the line, we've allowed these things to happen. Because of greed. Because of the desire to want more. Because we're not satisfied with a piece of the pie. We're only satisfied when we eat the whole fucking pie. Greedy. Oil industry. Who's your government working for? Why the shit are you in Iran? And Iraq? And places such as these? Timor. Does anybody know any history about Timor? I think that's how it's pronounced. The genocide that happened there? Why? Indonesians killing many. Why? Oil. Oh, that's still a problem? Yeah, it's happening right now. People are being killed. Assassinated, actually. Is there a difference between defense and offense? Is there a time where military is important? Defense. Maybe defense. Offense? You fucking kidding me. Violence leads to more violence and leads to a shit more violence. You continue it. It just compounds. It compounds. Math. 2 goes to 4. 4 goes to 8. 8 goes to 16. 16 to 32. 32 to 64. 64 to 128. 128 to 5. What? Doesn't matter. He can count. Are you kidding me? He can count? It doubles. It compounds. Violence does the same. Compassion also compounds. That's the good news. The bad news is that kind of at a tipping point here in so many different areas. How many times do we have to come close to nuclear war? How many times do we have to come close to another all-out war with another country? Because a plane got shot down in Iran. And why? Oh, it's because the U.S. assassinated this guy. Soleimani. Oh, he was a bad guy. He's a really bad guy. Both sides are saying it too. Liberals, conservatives, they're all saying it, but they're arguing that maybe it wasn't the best thing to do at the time. But he surely needed to die because he did some horrible things. Yeah. Yeah, he did. War is horrible. That is true. And guess what, United States? You started it again. And you have the power to change it. But you don't. Because oil is so important. It's like we're knocking our heads up against a brick wall. Ever since I've been alive, this has been the problem. There's no reason why we shouldn't be off oil at this point in time. The only reason is because people are greedy. And they want everything. Control, power, influence. And they'll do everything it takes to have you conform to what their agenda is. And there's only a handful of these people. It's a small group of people compared to the 7.5 or 8 billion people that are on the planet. How many people do you need to overthrow just a bad system, a world system? 1 billion? Because there's only like maybe 100,000 people. So what's that in the grand scheme of... What's the percentage of people that have all the power and influence? 1%? 5%? 0.5? 0.5 now? I don't know. It's small. It's a small group. Resistance is futile. Don't even try. You're going to lose everything without us. Nope. It's not true. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to the President of the United States because he lies all the time and he only cares about profit. Profit before people. Profit before doing what's right. And if you think Republicans and Democrats are really any different than one another, you'd be wrong. They're kind of the same. They like to fight. They continue to fight. If the fight wasn't there, they wouldn't have their positions. And they know it. And I bet you they're scared. Because I think more people are figuring that out. Or at least they should be able to. With the internet. You know? Talking, discussing, chatting. I wonder if it works. I wonder if we got together more with our families and friends. And instead of saying to each other, you shouldn't talk about politics or religion, let's not do that because it always lands up being an argument. Well, how about we talk about these things and not argue and find some common ground? What? We can do that? Yeah, we can. And it could be fun. Fun. Challenging. I don't know if I want to be challenged too much. Okay, fine. You're not part of the dialogue. Next. Don't waste your time with people that don't care or are ignorant. Don't waste your time with psychopaths or sociopaths. There are some people that maybe are unredeemable. That was a hard lesson for me to learn. It's true. Can we do something with ignorance, though? The overwhelming population of people that remain ignorant. And the overwhelming number of people that are also not a part of the conversation because we don't let them. Because they don't have, what, the money, the influence, the power? Well, they don't have it because if they did, things would change for the better for everybody. Even for the dicks. If they were willing to change. Which sometimes they do. If you get one dick to change or to think about these things and to rewire his obviously, what happened here? Instagram cut out on me again. But that's okay. I can always start up. If one guy changed 144 event logs, are you kidding me? That's an interesting number. 144. What does that represent? 144,000? 144. 1 plus 4 plus 4 is 9. 9's important a number, isn't it? I think it is. Numbers. It's 146 now. 146 event logs. If you get one dick, one asshole, like a really mean guy, to change his thinking, to connect to his heart, that guy becomes instrumental in positive change. So, it might be in our best interest to treat everybody with kindness, compassion, love, unconditional. We should always be open to the chance that people can be different from day to day. What do we all have to prove to one another? When do we prove that we've changed? How long does it take? How receptive are we to people who are trying to change? It's a good question. Not so receptive, I don't think. I'm pretty sure that that's part of the problem too, because we think we're right and we judge all the time. Judgments. So we maybe shouldn't judge so much. Doesn't mean that we shouldn't know what the facts are. Facts are important. Facts are really important on this show. Is this a show, really? It's a show? No, it's a conversation. But facts are important. And if you're being a dick, if you're being a complete asshole, it is what it is, right? No judgments. Change is not working for us. And you lead us? Who's that guy? That guy in the United States, that president right now, 2020, who's being impeached. What's his name? Fuck, what's his name? I forget. He's not working. You can understand why a guy like that would get into office, and you can understand why so many people would vote for him. You didn't have very many choices. You had two shitty choices. You picked one shitty choice. They were both shitty choices. It would have gone sideways either way. With whatever her name was and whatever his name is. I don't know. I'm not an expert. How would I know all these names? Trump. Pompeo. Who else is a part of Giuliani? What else is going on? How corrupt are the politicians that you've hired? At what lengths will they go to ensure that they get reelected? Same goes for the Democrats. Do you ever wonder why there's not more options? Why isn't Bernie Sanders running as an independent? He's got good ideas, right? Bernie Sanders? He's been saying the same thing over and over for a long time. It's not a popular message for some reason. I wonder why. I wonder why the right thing to do is not popular. Look at all those ducks. Penticton is the duck capital of the world. It's true. I don't know if that's true. So, where are we at? Something other. Part 2. Have we covered everything that we need to cover today? Do we need to cover everything? Maybe we should just think about it. Ponder it for a while. Maybe I should not talk as much. But I'm the only one talking. Someone's got to talk. Well, yeah, but maybe you should listen more. Okay, I'll listen. Write the comments down. I'll read them out. One by one, we'll read out every comment and then we'll discuss it. All of us. Or not. What's important? You know, recently, I posted a controversial video of an abortion. Are these things important to talk about? Because it seems like there's a 50-50 split out there. There's a lot of angry people. There's also a lot of people that have had abortions that feel guilty, which they shouldn't, because guilt has never served us anything. But neither should we continue a practice that maybe is not in humanity's best interest. Watch the video. Watch to see how these abortions are being performed. If you can't watch it and agree with it in the end, then maybe we shouldn't be doing it. Just a thought. Is there anything else we need to talk about? Is there anything else that's important? Have we discussed something other? Have we exhausted the other? Have we made that connection between ourselves and other people and other? I wonder where we're at on that. I don't know. Resistance is futile. We are the Porg. You will be assimilated. No, man. I don't want to. Yes, you will. Assimilate. Okay. Conformity. Let's rethink some things. How is conformity working for us? Do we conform? Do we think for ourselves? Really, truly, honestly, think about it. When was the last time you came up with something original? What's your original idea? Why do you believe what you believe? Why do we think so much about the past? Why do we keep rehashing the same cycles, the same patterns, the past? If it stops us from acting in the present moment, why do we continue doing it? Do we need to act in the present moment, or can we just be? That's a good question. Can we just be here and not have all the answers? Can we just be? Or has it gotten to a point where we really should be talking about this stuff? Seeing that we have language, what are we doing with our language? What are we doing with this thing? This mouthpiece. What are we doing with these things? What are we seeing? Really? Honestly. Are we using every facet of this thing? Are we connecting with everything? Are we in alignment? Is it really all about chakras? Come on, man. That couldn't be chakras. I don't know what you call it. But we're definitely not connecting to who we are. That's obvious, right? I think it's obvious. I'm pretty sure it is. So confused. We've made it so confusing. Simplification might not be a bad idea. This is my Robert De Niro. Yeah. You talking to me? You looking at me? You looking at me? Don't look at me. I'm hideous. My laundry's probably done by now. We are what? An hour 12 minutes in. It's 3:47 p.m. on a Sunday. January 19th, 2020. Coming to you live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube from the Beaumont Motel in Penticton, British Columbia, Canada. My name's Tom. I'm of no consequence. Please do not trust any words that come out of my mouth. Question everything. I wonder. I wonder what's important. I wonder if we can do something other. Something other than what we've been doing. And I wonder if there's something other. Something bigger? No. Better? No. Who created us? How did we get here? Big Bang? Evolution? What came before that? Does that have anything to do with this? Yep. Yeah, it does. Bye. Bye, YouTube. Have a nice night.